Reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 1, text 42. We are at the point where Arjuna is giving the reasons to Krishna why he does not want to fight. Everyone is ready to fight. They are in the battlefield. They're on the battlefield. Everyone is all set. But Arjuna, out of compassion, says, I don't want to fight. And he's giving these various reasons. Dosher ete kula gananam varna shankara karake utsadyante jati dharma kula dharmascha shasvataha. Did we read? We didn't read this. Okay. By the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition and thus give rise to unwanted children, all kinds of community projects and family welfare activities are devastated. So we have been hearing how Arjun said that if we kill all the elders of the members of the family will be killed. So if the elders are killed, who's going to teach the younger, the tradition, the family values, the traditional, who's going to teach them to take care of and protect the women? And then if women are not protected, unscrupulous men will take advantage of them. This will give Varna Shankara, unwanted children. And because unwanted children, they are not qualified. They are not qualified. They are in a very different mode of nature. So then all the welfare activities for the family and society are going to be stopped, which we are seeing now in Kali Yuga. Community projects for the 4 orders of human society combined with family welfare activities as they are set forth by the institution of Sanatan Dharma or Varnashram Dharma are designed to enable the human being to attain his ultimate salvation. So why did Krishna create the 4 orders and 4 ashrams, the Varna and ashram? Varnas are according to the modes of nature, like Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. So depending what nature we have in, we engage in that work. It was not a society based on birth, not that if you're born in a Brahmana family, you automatically become a Brahmana. No, they had to be qualified. They had to have the qualities. So these are the Varnas, and what the ashram is Brahmacharya, Grihast, Vanaprasth, and Sannyas. Brahmachari means when the man is young, then he engages in study of the scriptures. Grihast, then that's the time when they get married. And Grihast, they support the other sections of society, because it's only in Grihast life that a person is busy making money. So it's their responsibility to support the Brahmanas, the Vanaprasthas, and Sannyasi. Then Vanaprastha means retired life, retired from active material life and engaging in devotional service. And then sannyas, you give up totally, you renounce totally and fully engage in devotional service. So the society was set up in this way. Why? So that a human being can understand that, okay, I'm not this body. Somehow or the other, I'm here in this material world due to my past desire. But let me cultivate spiritual understanding and let me make this life my last life. So I don't need to come back again to this material world and go back to the spiritual world, go back home. This is it, to attain his ultimate salvation. Because it's only in the human form of life that we can have the intelligence to inquire, oh, who am I? Why am I here? What am I doing? What's all this all about? You know? Therefore, the breaking of the Sanatan Dharma tradition by irresponsible leaders of society brings about chaos in that society. And consequently, people forget the aim of life, Vishnu. Such leaders are called blind, and persons who follow such leaders are sure to be led into chaos. So Arjuna was saying that the whole Varnashrama system, the Sanatan Dharma system, is going to be broken. And then the administrators, they will not know how to take care of the whole society. And because they don't know how to take care of, people will not understand what's the aim of life. People will just work on the bodily platform, which will increase lust, anger, greed, pride, you know. And then with that, there's going to be more and more conflicts amongst people. That's what leads to chaos. But of course, Arjuna is not able to understand that Krishna, in fact, wants the war to happen. Why? So that all these irreligious people who are in the bodies of kings or kshatriyas, they can be killed, and that the earth could be ruled by Yudhishthir, who's a pure devotee of God. And Yudhishthir can actually have a proper society, a proper Varna Sharma Dharma society, where he will make sure that all sections of society are taken care of, and that a human being can maintain his body and at the same time remain peaceful in this life, and at the same time cultivate spiritual understanding and make this life the last life. That's the reason Krishna wanted this war to happen. But Arjuna is not able to understand at this point. And of course, this is a way to open up for the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to be spoken. And we can hear in Srimad Bhagavatam how when Yudhishthir Maharaj was actually became the emperor, how the earth was flourishing. There was abundance everywhere, abundance of milk, grains, jewels, minerals, water, because the earth was so happy that she was taken care of properly by a proper emperor. Is that okay? So that's what's the importance of Varna Sharma society, which Krishna has originally created. But in Kali Yuga, we don't have that anymore. You know, we have come very far away from that. So reading on text 43, Utsana Kula Dharmanam Manushyanam Janardana Narake Niyatam Vaso Bhavatiti Anushushuma. O king, maintainer of the people, I have heard by disciplic succession that those whose family traditions are destroyed dwell always in hell. Arjuna bases his argument not on his own personal experience, but on what he has heard from the authorities. That is the way of receiving real knowledge. One cannot reach the real point of factual knowledge without being helped by the right person who is already established in that knowledge. So means hearing from authority. If we want to become expert in any field, we need to approach the authority. Again, giving the example, if a person wants to become a doctor, he has to enroll himself in a medical school, get training under the study first under the guidance of the authorized teachers. The medical school should be authorized by the Board of Education. And there he learns under these teachers. Then he practices under a qualified doctor, and then he becomes a doctor. It's not that somebody can just pick up a textbook and think he's going to become a doctor. So he will not get the medical knowledge just by trying to understand by himself. Similarly, for spiritual knowledge, here, this is a very important point written here. One cannot reach the real point of factual knowledge. If we want to understand the fact, if we really want to understand the fact, we have to hear from the authority who knows the fact. If we hear from somebody who himself is misled or misdirected, that person is going to misguide us because he himself is misguided. He himself doesn't know. So when we are hearing about spiritual knowledge, we should hear from the authority who's coming in the parampara system, coming in the disciplic succession. There is a system in the Varna Sharma institution by which, before death, one has to undergo the process of atonement for his sins. One who is always engaged in sinful activities must utilize the process of atonement called prayaschit. Without doing so, one surely will be transferred to hellish planets to undergo miserable lives as the result of sinful activities. So what happens is people at the end of life, they say, okay, I'm going to go for Ganga Snan, I'm going to go for Char Yatra, Char Dham Yatra, or I'm going to go here or there. Why? Because I want to get rid of all my sins, what I've done in this life, as a way of atonement. As a way of atonement, I want to go to all these places. But Parikshit Maharaj puts a question to Sukadev Goswami in Srimad Bhagavatam. He says, yeah, but Prayaschit people will do, but that does not give up. They still, after they come back, after they finish their snan, they finish their dan, charity, or whatever pious activities they did, they went to the dhams, they came back, but they continue doing the same sinful activities. Then what's the use? It's like bathing of an elephant, because when an elephant bathes in the water, then he comes up and he dusts himself again with the mud. So what's the use? And that's the reason Sukadev Goswami says the true prayaschit, the only way we can give up our desire to sin, the proclivity to sin, is by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, by engaging in devotional service. Only by bhakti can we actually give up the desire to sin. So, any questions or comments?
No.
Okay, then we'll stop here for today. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Thank you so much.